Hello, my power-hungry friends. Today's video is dedicated to Niccolo Machiavelli. He is a statesman, a philosopher, and author, known for his famous work Il Principe, The Prince, which is seen as a bible to modern political philosophy. Many people see his work as psychopathic doctrine for power-hungry people. Truth be told, he is just a person who saw reality for what it is. His aim is to observe it, interpret without sugarcoating, and make it to our own advantage. Let's go ahead and see what he can teach us about. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. It goes back to the same principle as respect is not given, is something that you have to earn. Telling people that they should respect you for who you are is just nonsense. Respect grows through representation of who you are, the authority that you hold, and the root to all of that is respect to yourself first and foremost. If you don't have any values or integrity to abide by, why should other people show you respect? As a man, you have to be willing to be assertive and show your character in a way where you're not afraid of offending someone else, because you know what's best for you. And when you have such solid control of yourself, other people will follow you. Nature creates few men brave, industry and training makes many. It's actually true that naturally there are very few leaders in this world, but it can be cultivated as a skill. And it's especially true when you're trying to create your own tribe of people that will assist you in pursuing your goals and following up the values that you hold on dearly to. As a human being, you cannot make it on your own. You have to have entourage, but you also have to make sure that they uphold your standards. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Fear is a natural part of human experience. Being courageous doesn't mean that you don't have any fears. Being courageous means that you act regardless of those fears, and hesitation makes the fear grow even stronger. You do something that you put your mind into directly, without overthinking, without overanalyzing, and solve the problems as they arise. Politics have no relation to morals. Morals are based on social contracts, and most often than not, people tend to be emotionally invested in those contracts, and bending them does not fit in their minds. And there's a clear distinction for upholding morals between emotional people and rational people. Rational people know that morals make their lives easier in the world, thus provide opportunities to progress and integrate into different groups. Morals don't reflect the reality of interpersonal relationships. Politics do. It's double pleasure to deceive the deceiver. You could say it's a form of karma. So I understand that there's an extra pleasure to make an ass out of an asshole. Never was anything great achieved without danger. This goes back to risk-taking. Security, safety is the opposite of personal development and growth. If you're investing money, you know for sure that the lower the risk, the lower the rates. Same goes to everything in life. If you don't put any risk into something that you create or do, you won't get anything significant. You have to make sacrifices. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. In his book, he talks about too much compassion that creates disorder, and people who love you don't necessarily uphold high respect towards you. They just love you because you make them feel secure and appreciated. And as we know, if we go back to relationship dynamics, if a person too secure, too safe with their position in your life, you will be running a higher risk for them to test you, to tease you, to create drama and arguments. If a person fears you, that person respects you because they either don't want to lose you or they're afraid what the consequences might be. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. This is the whole point of life. There's no greater regret than go through life and miss opportunity to not discover nor explore your potential. What a waste of life and adventure. Regret is like a poison, it will eat you up from inside. But failure is something that you learn from and is a part of development process. Alexander never did what he said. Caesar never said what he did. He means Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar. That goes to show that never believe what people say. Always look at their actions, because actions tell a lot more than words. Actions are always directed by deepest internal beliefs. I will always do what's best for me. But what I am saying can be smokescreen, a distraction, something to make the person to feel good about themselves for the moment being. Good individuals cannot exist without good education. In today's day and age, education must be a personal endeavor. Attending a formal education at an institution is a sure way to be employed. The objective of those is not to make you a self-sufficient unit. The objective to make you a good employee. So to become wise and well educated, you have to make it your own personal mission and take accountability for your own development. It's not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Today we value status more than ever. And it's understandable because it's a sort of social proof telling that person that has a lot of status has achieved it because of hard work. Usually, of course. But that status shouldn't blind you in seeing the true person behind that title. You have to always treat people like they're your equals to see whether there is a true integrity at the core of it. Love peace, but know how to wage war. Today, wage war. If war breaks loose, every single one of those snowflakes will run and hide in their bunkers. You have to have a thick skin to be able to wage war. You have to always be prepared for the worst. And that will be always easier if you don't attach yourself to something that you cannot walk away from within 30 seconds. Fortune varies, but men go on regardless. I think it's kind of a philosophical statement here. We're in our minds thinking that life sucks for now and everything is dull and dim and gruesome. But the reality is it's only a perception in the mind. Outside, life continues. People are born, people die, life goes on. And our mundane concerns will be nothing but a fart in space in a couple of years, decades. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Life is theater. You have to play your part, and only few will be privileged enough to know who you really are. And that's okay. You have to keep your secrets to yourself, to uphold a great perception and an illusion of who you are, to make it easier for you to progress in life. What people see is mere judgment. They will never see what you don't show. Remember, keeping secrets is not lying. Hossein, out.